Shout out everybody tuning in. Trainwreck, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
Radio is one thing, but now we do a lot of podcasting, video casting. So behind me, like having stuff that shows and resonates with fans, like having a big helmet like that, a big jersey, something like that is really cool. So those are the kinds of things that I'd be looking for.
We are just about to get into our first mystery box. We're going to play some numbers games, though, and I've got some numbers on deck for you, and I want to cue it up with this. There have been 59 Super Bowls played.
Okay.
Last I checked, according to my interns. What is the average age of the winning Super Bowl quarterback after 59 Super Bowls in the National Football League?
I'm going to say 29.
Because you're a smart man. And why are you doing that? Just tell them why you're a smart man. Tell them why you're a smart man.
I'm playing the game.
You're playing the game.
I'm not.
It's 29.1.
Josh Allen just turned 29.
It's 29.1. So if you're at home and you're thinking the only thing missing from my mystery box in my heart is a Bills Super Bowl, well, guess what? Josh Allen is the perfect age. He is the perfect number to get that Super Bowl this year. But with that said, Sal, no further ado. Nicole, team at TSE, are we ready to get into our first mystery box? Okay, let's go. Let's settle. Sal, or let's get it over. Let's get Slick to bring it over. There we go.
Muscles. I want to.
Oh, no, come on. We got a presentation. We got a whole presentation. I thought so too. I thought we had to move. I thought we had to go. It's gonna be easy. We got Slick. By the way, he's been working out. Shout out Slick. Thank you.
I feel like one of Bob Barker.
I'm feeling Vanna White. I'm feeling going Vanna White.
They used to call him Barker's Beauties.
Oh yeah,
but. Here we go. Bob Barker's assistants.
Sal, you are a beauty of
Joey Myers.
Joey Myers,
number 1.
Joey Myers, box number 1. So I wonder what Joey's hoping for. Is he hoping for offense, defense? Let's see what he's got. Okay, this is what you were talking about.
I just said this is what I would want.
When you're hoping for. So we got a big old helmet signed by rookie last year, Ray Davis, 22. So it's a 2021 speed replica Ray Davis helmet. Signature with the Let's Go Buffalo on there. Of course, a nice inscription provided to us by our friends at TSE. Ray Davis, a TSE exclusive athlete. Again, that's what it's all about.
Ray Davis just honored by the Mental Health Association as a mental health advocate of the year here in Western New York. A high-profile person who's really an advocate for mental health and really making sure people understand where to go, what to do when they're in those times. Obviously, going through the foster care system, it's something that's close and near to dear to his heart. So I think that's really cool, man.
Shout out to your always game day host, Matt Beauvais. I believe he's doing a series on that this month with Buffalo athletes, personnel, everything. Make sure you check that out. Again, we're checking out mystery boxes, but you can also check out your mental health numbers game. 25 mystery boxes, 25 first downs generated by Ray Davis last year.
I love that.
Over under this year.
This year over under. Over this year then. If last year was 25 was the number, thank goodness you didn't say Super Bowl 25. Brings back really bad.
I don't want to bring that one up. I'm not going to bring that one up. But you got the over then. So Ray Davis takes on a little bit bigger role.
That's right.
Okay. Slick. Let's get. So wait. Let's get this away. Yep. Let's get this away for Mr. Myers. Slick will bring Slick will take that one and he'll bring over box number 2. I know a dear number to our heart, not just because of Tyler Bass, but Derek Jeter. Our Yankees off to a decent start. Let's go. We're going to bring some joy on this.
They're literally playing right now as we are doing this.
Love it.
12:35 start, probably in the
Shout out
rain
sports. There's nothing better than MLB on those weekdays. Gets you through those summer months.
Okay,
speaking of happiness, we got Travis Joy. Travis Joy in the building. By the way, again, shout out all our team here at TSE. I see Pete bringing in some hardware. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves.
Is Travis going to have some joy from this box? I think so. What is it? Here we go.
Okay. It is a signed item over here on our behind from our team.
We're going to bring it out.
Jim Kelly plus Marv Levy photo. There we go. Shout out to our guy Pete here for bringing it. Just a classic photo, a combo of one of the greatest head coach QB combos in the history of the NFL when it comes to win percentage.
This is longer than my arm, pretty much. Look at this. We're talking about a pretty
picture here. Bigger than Sal's arm, right? This picture's working out. And Sal works out all the time, by the way. Real quick, we just talk about coaching and the impact it has. Some people, I think that it gets lost on McDermott has. We can go on to that. I look back at the Rex Ryan teams. I was looking at some highlights yesterday. There were times that they just weren't even lined up. There were times where, you just look, and I know that gets forgotten, but that counts for something, and that can get understated when you have an elite team like the Bills have.
I remember clearly his last game in Buffalo after he was fired, after they had not enough men on the field in overtime against the Miami Dolphins.
That's great. That's
right? And then there was a debate about.
Thank you, Pete.
Because somebody came off the field hurt. It's like, well, the trainers didn't tell me.
Travis Joy, congratulations.
The trainers are like, no, you're the coaching staff. You know what's going on.
Yes.
It's kind of wild, man.
No, that was bizarre. That was bizarre. Okay,
right.
we got number 3.
James
you gotta be
Vulgar.
You gotta be careful with that language. I don't want you getting vulgar on me.
I knew you were going to say something.
All right, let's go. Thank you, Slick, for box number 3. This one feels like
That's how I know you're getting older, using dad jokes.
Oh, believe me, I got a whole repertoire. I am going to be in my zone when I finally just be careful at the home. Make love to a woman. With that said, TSE Buffalo. I know Sal goes. I'm out. Sal goes. I was never there. But speaking of making love, we are going to make a fan out of James Vulgar. Let's see what we got. This one feels heavy. Feels like it has some weight to it.
Oh my goodness, another one.
Another one again.
This is a sweet helmet.
You and your son are big Marvel guys.
Well, Max is a big fan of this helmet too. This helmet right here.
We got the Salute to Service Speed Rep helmet. Greg Rousseau. The thing I love about this, Sal, the thing I love about getting memorabilia as a fan, obviously, is that Groot just signed with the team. Now, I know the contracts don't always mean what they used to, but you have to think a 4-year deal for a defensive player. We haven't seen a defensive player really have any falling out and leave the Bills early. So you got to think that Groot could be potentially a Bills lifer when it's all said and done.
He was like Tremaine Edmonds, not quite as young. He was drafted as a young guy.
Really young guy.
And he came here. He's played 3 years, going into his 4th year. They just signed him to another 4-year extension. So that's 5 more years to enjoy Greg Rousseau. You know what? Even when guys move on, you still have these helmets that are signed from these guys. This is a great helmet to have, actually. I love that. Love that look too. And who knows what the Bills are going to wear this year with a little bit of that that City Connect that's coming, kind of however they want to call that. And then obviously we're talking about the new stadium next year and maybe some alternate types of uniforms or helmets.
I know they love the rotation on that D line. Yeah. It's their bread and butter since they've been here, is being able to get 4 guys in, 4 guys out. Yeah, does he ever get to a consistent 15+ sack guy? Because he has the physical ability. He has the physical ability.
I don't know if he'll ever do that, but I think that you're talking about a consistent maybe 10 sack guy along with
and maybe a sense to. I know that this name still stings people a little bit. Von Miller, how he was that closer in 2022 before he got hurt. We need Greg Rousseau to be that guy.
I think they need Joey Bosa to be that guy this year.
Oh, true. Sure. That's a good call. That's a good call. Mr. Bosa's and Mimosas. Huge shout out to Mr. Vulgar. Congratulations on the helmet. Thank you, Slick. And we're scooting along here at our TSE mystery box break. Don't forget, folks, we have pet bundles with Buddies Rescue, $34.99, 10% off. Comes with a leash, collar, toys, and all kinds of other stuff. Slick, let's get it going. Mary Grabatin. I think Grabatin, Mary G. Mary G. All right, Mary G. Shout out Mary G. Let's give it a little peek. Okay. I mean, a hot run out the gate for these TSE fans.
And how about this?
Take a look at this. This is my favorite color of any Bills helmet.
Famer signed this one. None other than number 34, Thurman Thomas. And what I love about a helmet like this, you actually have Thurman wrote HOF 07 when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame right there. How about that?
Pretty sweet. It. You tell he takes a lot of pride in it because he makes that bigger than his signature itself. With that said, quick trivia. Who has more touchdowns for the Bills? Thurman Thomas or Andre Reed?
Ooh, I'm going to say Thurman all time.
They're tied with 87.
There you go.
So you got that one in your pocket now for the rest of the day, because that was unbelievable when I found that out.
You know, Thurman and Patty, got to know them really well. I've done a lot of stuff with them in their foundation over the last few years. And I want to say they are great Western New York advocates. They actually moved. They're in the city now. They were in the South Towns before. They moved into the city. They want to be advocates of
they want to have their fingerprints on the community. Okay. Oh, and of course we have the announcement. See, I was wondering if we were doing the announcement after the box. We're doing it now. I got it. Thank you. Thank you to producer Slick waving his hands like he's doing TSA back there. But you've also won, I believe, 4 tickets. Free autograph ticket. Sorry, for our guy here. What's the name again? John Lutz. Free autograph ticket for Maxwell Hairston at MafiaCon, July 19th. So there's the announcement, Sal, that a lot of people have been waiting for. Maxwell Hairston, the Bills' very heralded first-round rookie. People were looking at him turning those hips in OTAs. People were looking at him, slapping fives with every rookie who got drafted.
Those hips.
Turn those hips. Those hips don't lie. Shout out Shakira. He will be at MafiaCon July 19th to meet and greet with fans. Well, not official greets, but sign and be at the table and say hello to Bills Mafia for the first time at MafiaCon. Shout out Maxwell Harrison and shout out the Bills for making that happen. Obviously, MafiaCon 2, Slick. Awesome. A lot of hype, Sal, at MafiaCon 2, July 19th.
And this is amazing. This is a Fred Jackson, right?
No, Ray Davis. Ray Davis.
Look at Fred Jackson.
But very much like Fred Jackson last year. Yes, of course. He can do the Incredible Hulk in the
he looks just like him
in the end zone. No, but I would love to see. By the way, I know we do as talking heads. We love to point back at our Sports City show last year in July. Ray Davis was my guy. I was saying that he was the variable. I think that when he's obviously James Cook had a breakout year too, though, so it sounds a little silly. All right, box number 6.
How can you go wrong with a name like Kelly here in Buffalo? Right?
Seriously, Kelly Harwood. So she's hoping to lay the Harwood. By the way, let's get the ticket out of here, and let's see what Kelly Harwood has for box number 6 as we chug along.
You said she. It could be a he. Kelly could be a male name.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Right? That might have been a
Kelly Leak was a famous, Bad News Bear.
Were there a lot of like because I wasn't around when babies were being born in the 90s. Like were there kids being named like guys being named Kelly like prominently in the Western New York
maybe
area?
Not prominently, but there were
more than average. Probably.
Hey, I just want to say
that's true. No, that's good correctness. You have much better dealing with the public than I do. Kelly, let's see what we got. Harwood, Kelly Harwood, box number 6. Oh, we keep hitting. Like, are we hot hands or what's going on here?
This is awesome.
Okay, so we got a guy.
Really awesome looking helmet. And how about this? This is the standing.
This is the classic standing Buffalo. They haven't worn this one in a little while, Sal, at home, I believe. It's gotten fans a little perplexed.
Well, they're waiting for the new stadium to do some more things. So I don't know what we'll see this year, but we do have the new Nike thing happening this year, kind of like the City Connect. But this is Dorian Williams, a Dorian Williams full-size standing Buffalo helmet. We love that logo. It's great. He wrote "Go Bills" on it. Dorian Williams, Buffalo Bills linebacker going into his 3rd year, and who knows, maybe becomes the starter if whatever happens with Matt Milano.
When I think about these guys in their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th year in the McDermott system, I think about Christian Benford all the time. In 2022. He was a player coming from Villanova. He was part of the system, but he was not expected to be a 15 to 20 million a year eventually a year guy. But in that system, that's exactly what he's worth.
Yep.
So I would not be surprised to see Dorian Williams take another step. I think he took a little step last year as well. A lot of pundits would say
he led the team in tackles.
Yes, enough said, Sal, as they say. But I think I wouldn't be surprised to see him take another step forward this year. Slick, thank you for taking the step forward to get those box. All right, and now we got Sean Slayman looking for a SummerSlam. Let's go. Shout out box number 7. We got Teron Johnson in the house. We'll get back to our numbers game on sale in a second. Let's see what Sean Slayman got on our mystery box here on Total Sports Buffalo. Oh my gosh.
This is a
oh my gosh.
Item.
This is quadruple item.
Quadruple item.
Quadruple item box. Get the alert. Flash the craziness. So let's read off for him, Sal. They got
here we go. A Greg Rousseau, Terrell Bernard, and Dorian Williams mini helmets.
They're saying don't drop these, Maniac. They're saying don't drop these.
Okay, when I was growing up, you had what they called the Bermuda Triangle on defense in Buffalo.
Yes.
That was Fred Smerlis, Jim Haslett, and now I can't remember the darn name. If someone's going to tell me
where running backs go to disappear, though.
There you go. Now you have, here you go, Greg Rousseau, Terrell Bernard, and Dorian Williams. And there's mini helmets. And on top of that, there's also a signed autograph ticket for MafiaCon, July 19th. So congratulations, Sean Slayman. You won the 3 mini helmets as well as the signed the autograph ticket for a signature at July 19th, MafiaCon 2. That'll be at Seneca 1. So Sal, are you signed on for that already? What's your I
deal
have
for
not
that?
yet, but
okay.
Hey,
I'm sure the agents are going to be reaching out to you for that one for sure. Okay, so we're about 33% of the way. If you haven't been called yet, listen, you are just in line. Let's get him out here. We got another same initial name, SS to JJ. Jason Jones.
Okay,
that goes this.
We got a couple different things.
Good job.
Here. All right.
Let's see what we got. All right, didn't fit in the box.
Jones.
Jason Jones. Let's see what we got.
Number 8. I love the number 8. Because...
So this is 2 items.
Hold on.
So we got a gold Duke football.
Look at this.
The official gold NFL football.
Look at this. But no. Here's why this is super cool.
Yep.
It is signed by Hall of Famer, and he wrote HOF when he was inducted, Andre Reed. How cool is that?
Unbelievable.
Andre Reed, HOF 14.
Sometimes you have to say it out loud that Andre Reed basically had 15,000 yards receiving for the Bills, because that's insane.
Andre still comes back to Buffalo and
loves the. Listen, I can't blame him because he loves San Diego, but when he can, he comes back to Buffalo.
That's right.
So,
that's exactly
same.
right.
I call that Stevie Johnson syndrome. All right, but we also got a pylon, and it's signed by none other than Andre Reed, 83 Hall of Fame, 2014.
With the stats.
So look at these stats: 951 receptions. So you're talking about a good year for a receiver is like 90 catches. That's 10 of those good years. A good year for a receiver is about 1,100 yards. That's about 12 of those seasons. A good year for a receiver is 8 touchdowns. That's 10 of those, 11 of those seasons as well. So again, we're talking about a guy who put 10 to 12 amazing all-star level, Pro Bowl level seasons in Buffalo. Shout out Andre Reed.
Andre Reed, 2014. I was at that Hall of Fame ceremony. That was
fan as a fan?
No.
Or media. You're covering. You're in the sphere.
And Brian Cozio. We did a show there, and it was the same year that Marv Levy went in.
Very cool. Very cool.
If I remember that was correct, it was Marv Levy, but we were there for that one.
Shout out Nicole on the promo board. She's making it happen. If you ever message TSE, it's Nicole that's making it happen for you. Your orders, your requests. Thank her. Shout out Nicole. Shout out producer Don on the 1s and 2s. But Slick, you've got us with box number 9, Mike Abdallah. He's going to be looking for more than $1 on this box, Slick. Let's go. Let's see what we got.
See what Mike's got. Ooh. All right, we got some mystery stuff and stuff that's definitely not a mystery here.
Okay, so let's go through those first. Let's see what we got there.
I am a pretty big card collector,
so
I can tell you this is pretty sweet. All right, this is an autographed Thurman Thomas rookie card. Check that out. Already framed, graded, autographed Andre Reed rookie card. Same thing. Okay. And
offensive trifecta.
And
Jim Kelly. So you had the pillars of the K-gun offense all signed
Amazing.
here. Obviously, so these are all. The thing is, they really gave these cards a lot of flavor back in the day. Now it's kind of like holographic, and you just put some stuff on them. Like, look at Thurman. Can we get this? Seriously, look at what a mean man this looks like out of Oklahoma State. I would not want to be tackling this dude right here.
All right, you know this trivia question. Where did Andre Reed go to college?
Oh, like Kennesaw State.
No, Kutztown.
Oh, Kutztown. Yes.
You know who else? You know who else went
there? I
there?
the K. I had the K.
Mark Kelso's son.
Okay.
Actually want to playing at Kutztown. There you
love
go.
that. We love that, Bill.
You gave me trivia. You got some.
Mark Kelso was ahead of himself with the helmet.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say.
No
you want to talk about being like way ahead of the game?
Just one of these cards is a sweet pull.
Yes.
You got 3 of them, and
we have a mystery item now. Am I good to open? Do I open this? Oh my gosh. This is probably the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me on Mystery Box history, Sal. You're here for it. Yep, warm it up. Big money, big money. Oh, I don't want to like rip it. Okay.
I know.
Yeah. The TSE.
There will be no whammies here, though. Even though it's big money.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
No whammies.
Seriously. By the way, that was a great game show.
Yes,
TSE onlookers are getting very nervous as I open that, but I think I got it. There it is.
There's an Andre Reed
That's
photo.
how you complete the package. I mean, look at that. I say this as just, a red-blooded American male. Look at that man. Look at that body. Like, imagine trying to see that guy coming across the middle, and you need to stop this man. You're not stopping this man.
Andre was here. We did a show here. I had John Gertler here talk about the Bandits.
Yeah.
Doug Flutie came by.
Yeah.
Andre Reed came by, and Andre looked like he could still play.
Oh, he is in great shape. I can't put this back in because of the sickness.
Yeah, just keep that out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure.
We'll put this.
Yeah, put those back in.
Put this back in here.
Keep
we'll
this
get
on
Slick
top
over here,
and we'll get Slick. Slick, we need you.
Come on over, buddy.
Precious cargo on top there. Thank you. All right, so we are 40% through our break, Sal. Here we go. Andrea Curran coming in hot with box number 10. Who does number 10 stick out to you as a bill when you think about it? I mean, that's Mitch Trubisky and Reese Years. I think about when I was growing up, going to those games in the 2000s, Jilbron Hamden. How about that? How about that one?
I love it. I don't know if I have
NFL Europe's finest.
I mean,
there's like
Cole Beasley wore 10 and 11.
You know, and you know who was big in drought lore that wore number 10? Deontay Thompson.
I think that's right.
Catches the throw from Webb in overtime to
What's
kind of
Khalil Shakir's number right now?
Perfect 10. Maybe I should stop using that a little bit. I've only been.
But I will tell you,
oh,
Sabres 10. Craig Ramsey.
Yeah, 10.
Craig. AY Ramsey. There was Mike Ramsey who was 5, was EY at the end.
Yeah.
Craig Ramsey was 10 with AY at the end.
Yeah, Yoki Haru never really got anything going, even though he was spotty good. Hank Tallinder back in the day was a good 10. Him and Tony Ludman were the top pairing there. But wow. All right, let's go. Let's get into number 10, Andrea Curran. See, did I tell you we're having some numbers fun? That's what I said. Sal was nervous we were going to. You did it.
Look what
you just did. Look what
it is.
Look what you made Sal do, as they say. Bills signed Khalil Shakir, the perfect 10, 4 years, $70 million, I believe it was. And all I can say is when the Bills give a guy an extension, they know he fits their system. They know he's a perfect member of the locker room. That is what Khalil Shakir out of Boise State, out of California is.
And that's not the only thing in here.
We got another wide receiver who loves going over the middle.
You want to talk about a good older wide receiver that doesn't get enough credit for me, how good he was?
Not nearly enough credit.
Number 83, Lee Evans. Lee Evans, number 83, wide receiver. He's another guy that still has some Buffalo ties. His wife owned a shop in Buffalo. I think she might even still be a part of it.
Yeah.
Clothing shop. So, you're talking about a person who really made a mark here in Buffalo, both on and off the field.
I respect guys who wore the crest, and that means I respect J.P. Lossman. I respect Trent Edwards. But you can't help but imagine what a Lee Evans could have done with a Josh Allen.
I know. No doubt.
He was putting up 1,200, 1,300 yards with those guys.
What could Eric Moulds have
done? Well, Eric Moulds is the one you don't even have to ask about because that's the great untold for sure. Let's see. So we got it. Andrea Curran. So we're on to box 11. Christopher G.
Christopher
G. OG. All right, Christopher G. This one feels a little light, and that means
if I was friends with Christopher, I'd just call him CG all the time. What's up, CG?
What up, CG? You know? And he's about to have a complete game with this repertoire because this box is empty, but he's not going home empty-handed. We've got our guy Slick with the Terrell Bernard celebration photo. Now, I believe this was in the shutout blowout of the Washington Commanders. Probably one of the more memorable wins of 2023, Sal. You have the AJ Epinesa. You have the AJ Epinesa pick 6.
Yes.
You had the shutout by the defense, and you had a couple great throws by Josh Allen. You had the rollout one early where he was where he threw it to I think it was Gabe Davis, and then he had the touchdown to Gabe Davis as well.
I don't know if I could find it quick enough, but I have a great photo after that game on the field, me interviewing him for a radio interview that Harry Skull.
Let's pull it up. Go to your photos. Go to your photos.
I have to try and find it. But Harry Skull took it from the Buffalo News. It was a great photo.
This is what you do.
Looking up.
Can I teach you right now? You go to your photos.
No, it's not my photos. It was in a DM message.
Oh, my bad. That's true.
Yeah.
That's tough. I was gonna give Sal the juice.
And what was it? You're gonna type in
Bernard? You could go by date because we know what date the game was.
And what was the date? When was that?
It was September 23rd, 2023.
All right, you try and you do the next one. I'll see if I can find it real quick. Okay. September 23rd.
Done. Yeah, well, that's Sal's account though. All right, we have a double dipper, Sal. Kelly Harwood back in the mix. Kelly Harwood back in the mix with box 12. Box 12, a very prominent number, obviously, in Western New York. You have Jim Kelly. You also have Brian Giant, former Sabres captain, wore the C with pride, conducted himself with pride. All right, wow. This is great. And this is the first item we've seen of these in this poll.
Oh, my goodness.
A guy that has already won over everyone's hearts, and I think he's going to do it more this year, Sal. Keon
I
Coleman,
love it. How much of a star
jersey.
is he going to be of Hard Knocks?
Oh, my God. If they had any clue, they would have a Keon guy just every day. Right? I mean, Keon and Trey White, that's your only assignment today.
How about Dion, too, though? Keon, you could literally
Keon,
have
Trey, and Dion.
I would not be surprised if suddenly on HBO during Hard Knocks, they have their own little segment called Keon and Dion.
They would be silly not to. Keon and Dion, Trey White. Yeah, I mean, you got to get those in.
And yes, Trey White could be a part of it, but Dion and Keon, the worst.
Have you heard
what I'm saying?
Have you heard anything from the team about Trey White being back?
What do you mean? He's back.
Yeah.
He's on the team.
I heard a whisper that he's as much of a glue guy as ever. That's what I heard. That's the whisper I heard.
He knows. Listen,
I'm surprised. This is a man. This is a weatherman. Maybe he appreciates being back in Buffalo.
Listen, Tre'Davious White had his press conference, and he said being away and at this stage of his career he said, thing that resonated with me.
He's also a dad.
He has been for a while.
For a bit.
He said he never knew he was going to play his last play with Micah and Jordan. And that was going to be the last game, and how much of appreciation he has. And that's why he's a glue guy, because he knows now it's about his legacy in Buffalo as much as it is about playing football.
Agreed.
There we go. This is
Michael Shopes. We have another
Michael
repeat
Shopes.
customer, 13. Why so serious? Let's see if he can get serious.
Not the same Mike Shope that I work with on WGR, to spell differently.
An interesting number in recent years. Gabe Davis, obviously, a lot of big games, not necessarily a full season performance. Then you have Matt Collins last year, a player that in September was everyone wanted to kick him out of town. And then by January, how could you let go of this guy? Which is probably the tale of every Bills, sequence for sure. You've probably seen a tale as old as time. With that said, okay, we've got a photo coming in on this one. Listen, folks, I have an official stat for you. The earth is covered by 73% water. The remainder is covered by this man, Micah Hyde.
Love it.
Officially retires with the Bills. Sal, I don't think we'll be seeing a last hurrah like we saw last year anymore. I mean, maybe for a practice squad, but I just don't think you could afford the spot or whatever. It was awesome to have him back. He is a man that loves the community. I don't think, similar to Trey White, like you said, I don't think he realized how much this community was going to wear off on him, even when he came here.
And, we both are a part of it. I'm the MC on the field for Micah Hyde's charity softball game. It's fantastic. It's amazing what he does for the community. Still, his Imagine for Youth Foundation, and now all the other players who have foundations in Buffalo that he gives back to.
I want to make a move on the Micah Hyde softball game for 2026 if it occurs, because we've realized something watching you on the field.
Okay, what is that?
You are the MC, but you also kind of become the de facto umpire
a little bit
in recent years.
Yeah,
like when the game. Yeah, so
I hate that.
We need to get slick in it. Who better to yell at as an umpire? Yes.
Because when something happens, like ball gets fouled up, it goes this way.
Like,
your
foil.
I'm like, I'm not the
no. This is your foil. This is our. Yeah.
Okay.
This is perfect.
Right.
Yes. We call him the GOAT, and that GOAT is for scapegoat.
Okay, you got
Let's
it.
go. Let's go. Thank you, Slick.
You got it.
Thank you, Slick, buddy. I'm glad we could get you that. Thank you, Sal. Thank you, Sal, for working out. Make sure that's good to go. And then box. I went the wrong way with the box. And Jason Hogle. Okay. We are speeding along. 14. Right, we do have Stephon Diggs. Obviously, a lot of the lore. By the way, 108 days until the home opener.
108 days. All right, 108 days.
The last time a Bills receiver had 108 yards in a game was Sunday Night Football, which will be the home opener, but it was against the Green Bay Packers in 2022 in the form of Stephon Diggs.
It's a great stat. I was at the stadium yesterday for the Hallmark movie and a shoot. And
look at that brag. That was a humble brag. That was a humble brag. He tried to slip it in real quick.
I love it. They have a sign in their offices counting down the days to the new Highmark Stadium, not knowing exactly what date will be. Just the estimation. And it's like 460 or 450.
They really need to get that on social on an account, honestly.
Yeah,
I know they don't want to put the pressure on themselves. That's exactly what it is. I totally get it. But if it's running late, you get that. Okay, I gotta do this right now then.
Okay.
I'm putting my tinfoil hat on. Did you ever hear the rumor that the stadium was initially built 14 feet too low?
Which stadium?
The new stadium.
No.
Okay, you never heard that one.
I have no idea what that is.
The Bills sphere loves that one.
Okay.
Because when you think about the extra costs and a little bit of the tumult that came with any, and that's any stadium project, you're going to run into stuff. That was what they were feeding off of, was that you had to do reconstruction stuff to basically fill that area and build on it, because then the lights are on the wrong area. The suites are 14 feet, I guess.
I love a good conspiracy theory. This is one I've never really heard, and I don't really even
thank you, Bills Facebook. Sal does not sign up on that all, for the record. With that said, we have number 14. We have Jason Hogle. TSE mystery box openings. Frame Friday tomorrow, by the way. Special deals on Caitlin Clark and Team USA Primos. Caitlin Clark, I'm sorry. When she's on, I got to be watching, and that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Jason Hogle. Let's see what we got.
Here we go again.
Stevie Johnson. Full size.
Another one of
I'm
these?
sorry, I spoiled it. This is awesome, though. This is my favorite. I said that before. This is my favorite color Bills helmet if you get one to display.
And he wrote, "Why so serious?" And he has his all-time Bills stats right there. 381 catches, 4,764 yards, 34 touchdowns.
Only Bills receiver with 1,000 yards back to back?
No, not anymore.
Right? Diggs had that. Diggs had that.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes. But going into that, yes.
He was.
At that time, he was.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Pretty amazing.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And, again, another guy who you say what they're saying, yes, what could he have done with an Allen? And you say, respect to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick was kind of his guy because he was probably looking at him on every play, but,
You talk about guys who still make an impression of
Buffalo. My gosh. He's DNA.
He's
DNA. Yeah, he's DNA. Making it happen, Stevie. Stevie links with local business. I have to tell Stevie that sometimes you have to tell people you can't do stuff. Because he's doing it all.
Right.
He's doing it all. All right, we got number 15. Okay, so by the way, Sal, I know that we're all partnered up. Nathan Stone, and as you know, as sure as Stone, TSE Buffalo in their 15th year, 15-year anniversary. Shout out to the team here, Pete, Nicole, obviously our whole staff. I know that, you know, you see the jerseys and you see the shiny, awesome memorabilia items, but there are a lot of people behind the scenes working that sometimes 10 to 12 hours a day to make sure that orders ship out on time, signings get done, and that exclusive athletes get brought on board, Sal, so that these items can be available in plethora and for, you know, holidays, for, you know, beginning of the season and everything like that. So I know it can sound a little self-indulgent. You might be rolling your eyes at home, but huge shout out to our friends here at TSE.
Hey, self-indulgent. You're talking to the guy. Just gave the whole humble brag.
Yeah, I was on set the other day for the movie. No, but, and I'll say this: there's like you're in business with any business for 15 years. Kudos to you and congratulations.
Cool. And there's growing and growing and growing. By the way.
Yeah, seriously, more exclusive athletes to come and more signings to come. Nathan Stone. Okay.
Okay. Wait. Okay. So there is a jersey up here that's in this box also.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Do you know? You want to guess?
Which one do you think it is?
Which one do you think it is? It is not Dion, but you know what? You picked a current bill. Are they all current bills?
They are. Yeah,
except for Coach Levy.
We like to think Coach Levy's always a current bill.
It is, though. It is. We already had one item from this guy. How about another? Ray Davis, number 22.
Ray Day, as he's running down the sidelines. Folks, as just a quick reminder, obviously Ray Davis last year made an awesome appearance at MafiaCon. You can get your tickets for MafiaCon at buffalomafiacon.com. For autographs, it's TSEbuffalo.com. But that's an amazing autograph for that number.
You just reminded me. That was the Murph call. Trey Day.
Yeah.
Wait, RJ had May Day.
So we need Ray Day.
Now we need Ray Day.
You need to get on with a Ray Day. On one of your sideline spots after a long touchdown.
That's right. I'm not going to tell Chris Brown to let him steal that one.
He had that. Who was that long touchdown against last year? The Titans. Or no,
Miami. It was Miami.
Miami, yes. Oh, and that was a pretty big point in the game.
Big point.
That wasn't exactly like an away. I think. Oh, that was that was awesome because that was that classic moment where there was one guy in the middle of the field, and if he made him miss, it was over, and he crushed him. It wasn't even like close.
Yeah, no doubt. He's a really fun player to watch. He's a little bit older. He came to Buffalo. He's drafted at the age of 25. Comes to Buffalo. Now his two college teammates are his teammates.
Well, clearly he was a good reference. They better be taking him out to dinner all year because you know he was asked about them for sure.
Another Andrea. We have a couple different.
I think this is a repeat customer.
Person.
Yep, number 10.
Andrea had number 10 and number 16. Wait a minute. Let's remember what was it for number 10? Did we take it out? Oh, it's the two footballs signed by Lee Evans and Khalil Shakir. And on top of that, what else?
Oh, which one? Wait.
Right?
What, she won this, or is there something else?
No, right. You're saying it's the same person.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So you're right. So you got this about. I was like, wait, was there something I didn't know about?
No.
But I have to do one thing we don't know because this is box 16, real quick.
Okay.
Do you ever think like Robert Foster could have worked out? He was the guy in 2018, and then we kind of just let him go. Now again,
we never did anything after
the receiver core, and they never did anything. And the receiver core was a sad state of affairs in 2018, to be said. And Bean did a great job. Beasley, Brown, Knox was drafted. Guys were brought in as weapons. You ever think that maybe that was a misstop?
No, because he didn't do anything after that. There's obviously a reason for that. He was the original Isaiah Hodgins.
Yes.
Oh my God! Get this guy on the field, and then once another team has him, you're like, well, nothing really happened. Right?
No, I agree. There were a couple of weeks with Isaiah Hodgins where it was.
He looked pretty good in New York
there for sure.
But then they kind of didn't go great after that.
Agreed. Andrea Curran, box 16. Let's see what we got here. And Isaiah Hodgins wore 16 for a little bit, I believe. James Cook, full size, red throwing. So this is the helmet, because the other ones are kind of fantasies, Sal, like the red one, the red throw. But this one is one that theoretically Bills fans would love to see Josh Allen and co. in one of these.
Yeah, and listen, let's hope James Cook is going to be wearing a helmet this year. I think he will. Brandon Bean is very, very confident in that. But obviously, the big storyline with James Cook, and right now, this is a helmet, James Cook, the red helmet, very vintage and very cool, because James is a guy that I think just people really kind of have gravitated to with the way that he's played his game, the record now that he broke. He tied last year, and obviously a big storyline this year with the Buffalo Bills.
Big storyline. Obviously, James Cook, but the storyline plays just as much in Sal. Ray Davis, Ty Johnson, obviously, they've both played well when called upon. Last year, in honor of our 25 boxes, Ty Johnson had 25 targets. He came on at the end of last year. I like to think the Lions game and the Broncos game, obviously, with the big catch. over or under 25 targets for our Bravo Network fan, Ty Johnson, this season?
You know what? I'm going to say under.
Okay.
Under only because
Ray Davis could command more.
I think with the emergence of Keon Coleman getting healthier,
yep,
and Dalton Kincaid,
I think
that's what will happen.
When you look at Keon and Dalton, there is so much untapped potential from last year for this offense. Joe Brady's got to be salivating.
I say under because only one football to go around, right?
Yes, agreed. That doesn't mean that Ty Johnson, because those plays that he made last year were some of the biggest plays on the Bills, highlight reel.
No doubt.
For sure, Audrey Good. That touchdown against the Broncos, I was convinced it was incomplete, even when they were looking at it in the thing for sure. Yeah.
Kept his feet up.
Alana Mays, number 17. So this goes without saying a very treasured number now in the Buffalo sports community. Number 17, Joshua Patrick Allen.
Perfect.
Alana Mays.
Number here for this.
Josh probably just wanted to play golf on his birthday, right? Like knowing him. Breakfast and golf.
I don't know why. Do you think that's what he did?
Yeah.
I don't know. They have OTAs going on. He might have been here for that.
I thought he wasn't here.
Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't. We weren't out there.
Wow. Does Sal? This guy's an insider, so we gotta see. All right, Alana Mays, box 17. Okay, another big hit.
Wow.
Another big message.
Speaking of Keon Coleman, how about this? A signed full-size standing Buffalo Keon Coleman helmet. I like when these guys write something a little extra on here, right?
Yeah, it's a little personality. Let's go.
Buffalo.
And by the way, that's pretty good penmanship on the very glossy, not same surface helmet for sure. So shout out Keon. Shout out Paul, his agent. Also, I believe best friend. So cool relationship they have. They were at the big show that we did in November. We had a great time.
Yeah,
oh my God. For TSE.
Speaking of Josh and being here, not being here, this coming Tuesday is Josh Allen's 117 holes of golf for charity for Oshai Children's Hospital. It's out at Craigburn every year. I am fortunate enough to be the MC for Josh's 117 holes of golf. It is his birthday week, so we're going to make sure that whether or not Josh is able to actually make it, still raise a lot of money, but want to let everybody else know out there, speaking of golf, if you have a golf tournament or other kind of special occasion, special event, you're raising money, get with TSE. TSEBuffalo.com. They can actually run your auction. They'll bring the items to you, and they'll have all these great items, things like we're seeing today, and people can actually have auctions, and you write them down, the silent auctions. Get with TSE, TSEBuffalo.com. They will bring the auction to you and your event.
I couldn't believe it when Pete and the team reached out to me that they would do that for charity events.
Unbelievable.
It'd basically be a full service rollout. The perfect
no cost to you.
The perfect add-on for your event. And
it's
folks,
literally free.
For the followers of TSE Buffalo on those accounts, don't forget as well, trivia on our Instagram every Tuesday, giving out discount codes and giveaways. So we have Trivia Tuesday coming up this Tuesday and every Tuesday on all the TSE accounts. So make sure you're following Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We're zooming along, though, Sal. I think we're about to make the final turn on this mystery box open. We got Cheryl Lehman. Okay, we got a 2-item. Oh, we got a 3-item.
Ooh,
this is a triple header. And if you're a fan of Keon Coleman, you're going to love it because first we're starting off with a Keon Coleman. I love it. I never thought of these as memorabilia items when I was growing up, but these, first off, way better for the signature. Sometimes how often do you see a helmet or a football, you can't even read it. No I say that with respect. But it's just a cool item to display. I'd say it's very eye-catching and awesome to have on display in your man cave for sure. And you think about Coleman, I think he probably went against the pylon on the touchdown against Jacksonville on a Monday Night Football last year. If I'm not crazy.
And then he dove just over the pylon inside against Houston.
Yes.
That was right in front of me.
Yes.
I mean, he was literally running right by me.
How awesome was that play?
It was so cool because he shook
caught,
the
turn, and then and
he ran it. But what I remember about that play, him running down, were the Bills fans behind us, because it was on the Bills side, and all the Bills fans. The Bills hadn't played well, and they obviously lost
they were down.
Game, but all of a sudden, you heard the roar of the crowd as he's running down the field.
For sure. No. That was one of
what else we got here?
One of my favorite plays from last year. Speaking of favorite plays from last year, we got the James Cook 2021 Speed Mini. So 16 touchdowns last year. No one to exactly put your nose up at. And then we got an autograph ticket for our guy Maxwell Hairston. So Cheryl Lehman, you'll be able to come to MafiaCon 2, June 19th, 10:30 to 6 or 6:30, I believe, at Seneca 1, downtown Buffalo. Amazing building. It's going to be an amazing event. And I hate to say this, but compared to last year, there will be air conditioning. So things are going to be heating up all over MafiaCon there. So excited. Congrats to Cheryl on that, on a big win with Box 18. Thank you, Slick. And looks like we got another repeat customer here, Nathan Stones. We got about 6 or 7 boxes left. Number 19, I always speaking of always what could have been to me, Isaiah McKenzie. I think he was perfect in the Dable system, just never translated to anybody else's. That's what happened at the end of the day.
Isaiah, he was still a good Bill. He did
great
some good
Bill,
things.
great
For
Bill.
a guy that was drafted late by the Broncos, claimed off waivers by the Bills. He had a nice little run with the Bills.
The thing I say to people, never forget that in one of the biggest games in recent history in the regular season, December 26th, 2021 at New England, Isaiah McKenzie had the best game of his career. 10 catches, 136 yards, and a 4th down catch where Josh Allen threw it behind him, but he caught it like this, and he was like, railed it in.
You know, on the radio, we give games nicknames like the something game.
Yeah.
That was the Isaiah.
That
McKenzie
was definitely,
game.
and also
game.
the game where Stephon Diggs told all his future fans to go.
Yes,
F
there
off.
you go.
Very exciting.
Right.
Nathan Stone, box 19. What do we got? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I might
Nathan.
Sal, I'm going to urgent care because my fingertips are burned from the heat that just came off from this mismatch. Do you think you can do it?
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
I have seen so many of these
Brace
around
yourself.
now because people love
Everyone
these.
grab onto something.
Okay, here we go.
Grab onto your nearest surface.
Nathan.
And in an era where everything is overhyped, in an era where everything is overblown, this item
autographed
is not
Josh Allen Wyoming jersey. How about that?
That's the hit. Listen, I appreciate every single person who does these TSE mystery boxes, who participates in these competitions.
So sweet.
You know, your Nathan Stones, your Christopher G's, your Kelly Hartwoods, your Mike Jones. This is what it's all about. Hitting on a Josh Allen signed Wyoming jersey.
Listen, my suggestion, Nathan, don't wear this. Frame it. Put it up somewhere. That autograph on this jersey right here, this thing is awesome, man. Make sure you've put it in a nice frame. Hang it up. Impress all your friends and family when they come over your house.
If I saw someone wearing a signed Josh Allen jersey, I would immediately make a citizen's arrest because they are mentally unwell and a danger to everyone around them. Congratulations to Nathan Stone, box 19.
I love that.
The Josh Allen with the Wyoming. It hit me kind of as a surprise. I was thinking it might be someone else at first, but
I love that.
The Josh Allen. That
cool.
is an awesome item. Congratulations, Nathan Stone. But listen, that doesn't mean anybody else isn't going home empty-handed. We got Hall of Famers, we got Pro Bowlers, and we got Michael Schopes coming in with box number 20.
All right, Michael. Another one. There's another Michael Schopes. So several people have multiple boxes here.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's rolls of the dice, right?
Yeah,
you know, for sure. Michael Schopes going to an item and a type of item we haven't seen with a signature that we have seen. Sal, so you were there in 2014.
I wasn't. Let me say this. Like, I do I'm involved with the Trench Trophy. It's a high school lineman award, and the reason why is because my former high school Cleveland Hill athletic director, defensive coordinator Kyle Kurris founded the award, and it's really become big. And he would have people come in and they bring items and things like that. And one of them was Joe DeLamalier would come.
Okay.
And I haven't seen Joe in a few years, but he would bring a Hall of Fame helmet signed by Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
And it was the coolest item.
That is cool.
And it looked like this. And
this
one is signed
crispy
by Andre Reed. Check that out.
That is so cool.
I mean, this is really nice.
Yeah. Again, I don't mean to, talking. It's just an item you don't see every day. You don't see this blue Pro Football Hall of Fame helmet in every display case you go to in Western New York. And that's Andre Reed showing it off and making it happen. Very cool. Congratulations, Michael Schopes. We are on to our final 20% of our breaks here. Sal, you hanging on for dear life? You need a water or anything?
No, I'm good. I was just checking the Yankees score. There's
what do we got? Give me the update. Give me the update.
Nothing in the third.
Is Fried pitching?
Max Fried. No, I believe Rodon started today.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. There we go. Rodon is
if Rodon or Fried are on, we're typically in good shape early this season. All right, Cheryl Lehman. So again, we have another customer rolling the dice twice.
Okay, Cheryl.
Sorry, Sal. As we say, she was box 18, and we got Cheryl Lehman here at 21. 21. I always think
Willis McGahee.
I always think Willis McGahee, and I also think Leotis McKelvin after the number change. Originally 28, right?
Right.
Yeah. That's it. Leotis McKelvin.
Wait, wasn't CJ Spiller where?
CJ Spiller did the same thing. Yeah. So he originally came out as 28, then went to 21. What was it like being in the media during Fred's turn?
Oh, yeah, it was really interesting. Well, so we actually had,
because those are two words that like literally you go outside of what the region of Western New York. So, nobody has any clue what you're talking about.
So we used to have these roasts on WGR.
Yeah.
We'd have,
they were great. They were great.
And one year we roasted Fred Jackson.
Yeah.
But we all as hosts had to go up there and kind of do our thing.
Yeah.
So we went up there. I went up there and I said, Hey, Fred, just so you know, Chan Gailey's outside. He said, when you're done, it's CJ's turn.
There you go.
That was
Bang.
my roast.
Did
of
they
Fred
go
Jackson.
crazy? Did they go crazy? That had to get a pop. That had to get a pop.
Aaron Williams goes, "Oh my God, Sal!" Aaron Williams said
that. Was a great pop.
So it must have been something in the locker room even between.
I like it. I like it. No, it's a great pop. That was where that was the infamous leaked picture of Ryan Fitzpatrick in the Speedo, right?
Yeah, should never be.
I know.
Leaked,
I agree. It wasn't leaked.
Funny.
It wasn't leaked.
The video was out there too.
We got to talk lore. We got to talk lore.
Go.
And speaking of lore of Buffalo Bills, this is a guy who you just simply can't talk Buffalo Bills without Jim Kelly. There's Jay Kelly with the perfect, a great signature. The more I see his on stuff, I mean, everything is perfect. Obviously, he's had a lot of practice, but Jim Kelly, a guy who didn't need practice really off the field, took the field. It was like they were playing a different game, Sal, when I look back at the K-Gun offense.
No doubt. It was a different game. And it was actually the kind of thing that started a bit of a revolution. Other teams started to go a little bit up tempo and saw what the Bills were doing. And
the underrated revolution that doesn't get talked enough that we do need to treasure in it is that before Thurman Thomas, running backs almost never caught the ball.
Right. Well,
we got. I know that there were a couple in there.
Well, yeah, Roger Craig was amazing first.
Andrew Monroe.
Roger Craig first thousand.
Oh, that's outstanding! Yeah. Wow. And talk about a fantasy season.
Yeah, no doubt.
And Andrew Monroe, box 22. So we got your Fred Jackson, you got your Ray Davis, you had your TJ Yeldon for a little bit there. We had who else did we have there? We had the running back from the Patriots. We got Harris, Damian Harris, right?
Damian
for a little
Harris,
bit. He was,
right.
Yeah, but not his treasure. But yeah, let's see what Andrew Monroe can get. Oh, okay. So this is great. If you're looking for a display case or something like that, you got two great items that stand out. They shine. We got two guys who both, Sal, will be contenders for Protector of the Year this year, which was something you were talking about. The one who founder.
Dion Dawkins founded the Protector of the Year award, coming to you next year in the NFL during the annual award ceremony. Good job by Dion Dawkins. He is a protector along with
Connor McGovern. So again, two guys that really did an underratedly great job last year. We talked about good. They were great. The offensive line all year. And I don't want to get overly sappy about it, Sal. We'll just touch on it quickly. For a guy like Dion Dawkins, I know it's a made-up award in a sports league that kids play, football or whatever. But it's kind of cool to touch on the culture of the league and change the culture of the league that way, right?
For him to be that passionate and go and do that and be that advocate and get that done, I think it's super cool for Dion Dawkins. Good for him.
Awesome. Alex Picola. How to buy a box. Okay, so obviously, I think what you do, and the best, easiest way is to get to the TSE Buffalo social pages and search their posts. With them recently, they promote them all the time because they're happening virtually every month, and they'll probably be happening more often going into the season, right, Nicole?
And do you have, Nicole, at tsebuffalo.com, if you go on the website itself, can you drop down to a menu for mystery boxes? Yep. And they'll link it right there. Okay, so check it out on the website, tsebuffalo.com, and make sure you're following them on all their social channels. You'll see all this when it's happening.
It's a great time to talk about tsebuffalo.com, Sal, because I'm just getting insight from our guy in the back office right now. We will be launching a mystery Nike jersey sale tomorrow on tsebuffalo.com. $279. These are obviously like very treasured jerseys, Sal, but I'm hearing that you have a 1 in 25% chance of ending up like our guy, Nathan Stone, with a signed Josh Allen jersey. A 1 in 25 shot. Sale begins tomorrow. Sal, that's very exciting.
A 1 in 25 shot. All right.
I'll roll those dice. Alex Picola. Let's see. We got box 25. Oh, you already know about this guy, Sal. He's got to run right now.
Let's walk this photo in.
Beautiful. Slick. The kids would say this is pretty frosty.
That is amazing.
Look at the reflection in these goggles.
Yes.
Oh, the reflection really does make the photo. Wow.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
That's right.
Signature right across the chest.
I mean, I guess my default assumption is that's a Bill Whippert, but I mean, shout out whoever took that photo, because that is a work of art. That is a work of art. Again, sometimes it's more than a game, for sure. And in that picture, I think that was a perfect example. Thank you, Slick. By the way, Slick is burning some calories. He's lifting boxes. He's running around left to right.
Number 24.
Number 24. Shout out Jack Bauer, Ryan Yeager, and also the
24. And my one of my favorite Yankees growing up, Ricky Henderson.
Ricky Henderson.
Rest in peace.
In mine, it was Tino Martinez. He had just been traded mid-90s when I became a fan. And then obviously former number of Teron Johnson. Ryan Yeager. Here we go. Ooh, what do we got here? Down here, Okay. So Micah Hyde charity softball game.
Yes.
Home run derby champion, which is a pretty treasured title when you think about it.
And also another star of the Hallmark movie. He was actually shooting his scene
awesome.
a couple days ago. A
Dwayne
signed
Carter signed.
Dwayne Carter jersey.
This is the Carter.
Dwayne Carter, defensive tackle, number 90. He
So
is a personality. He's a guy that I think will resonate with Hard Knocks.
I think he's Resident Hearts. And last year, if I might be a little cloudy here, nicked up a little bit in the early part of the year, if I recall.
Later in the year,
later, but he was a guy that they were thinking like he's coming into bloom.
And,
like, if I recall.
yeah, he was playing really well. Then he hurt his wrist, so when he came back, didn't have as much strength, I think, in the wrist. So that's why people said, "Oh, he's a healthy scratch." Well, it just was tough playing that position as a young guy with that wrist injury.
Totally understand. So looking forward to see what Dwayne Carter can do in year 2. Congratulations on that, right?
Third time for the
final box. Third time, but it's not going to be third time to the charm sale because this guy's free rolling.
Yes.
He got the Josh Allen jersey.
That's right.
He got the other item, but Nathan Stone, congratulations, 25. This is why you do it. This is why you get in our TSE Buffalo mystery boxes so you can win big like Nathan Stone did today. He's free rolling at this point. Let's see what Nathan got. And Sal, the rich get richer. Plain and simple.
Oh my gosh, he's got 3. That's right, the triplets here.
You've got
they all played together. I'm sorry. No.
Different eras. Two played together.
Two played together. But check this out. You have a Hall of Famer, a should-be Hall of Famer.
A Hall of Famer and just a 6-time All-Pro.
That's right.
Like I guess only a 6-time All-Pro.
Here's the Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer Andre Reed. You got Steve Tasker, the man who says it might be chilly, and of course the Bills liaison to everything Buffalo Bills on One Bills Drive and
then our guy
there.
Stevie Johnson. How about that?
Stevie Johnson.
All signed mini helmets.
So the rich just got richer. Congratulations.
This guy Nathan. He's
Nathan
going home
Stone.
with these. He's going home with the Josh Allen
and another. So congratulations. Sal, no shortage of winners say this is why you do the TSE Buffalo Mystery Box.
This is unbelievable. Thank you so much to TSE for asking me to help out with this. We're always doing stuff with TSE, and make sure you're following them and all their social channels. Follow me on Sal Sports as well, because lots of times I'll be having stuff with TSE in conjunction with them. We're doing some events and great stuff going on.
I know on behalf of us both, huge shout out to the TSE team here. Of course, our team here, Trainwreck Don and Slick Producing. Just a real quick run through of the housekeeping, folks. Again, BuffaloMafiaCon.com to get those tickets. We have a mystery card sale going on the site. We have pet bundles for $34.99 at 10% off. We got Frame Friday tomorrow with Caitlin Clark. We're launching a mystery jersey Nike sale tomorrow. We got Trivia Tuesdays every week. And opening, of course, it is the TSE 15th anniversary. Shout out to them. Shout out to TSE. Shout out to you for getting into this mystery action. And Sal, I think it's time to have a good night now.